So I know I was like, I'm gonna record this video when my kids aren't around, and then I forgot to record the video when my kids aren't around, so my kids are still here. Oh, it is what it is. Today I want to talk about it. The elephant in the room, something that I know lingers amongst a lot of people in the reselling community and just people in general. And the it is mental health. So I want to just preface this. I have no training in the medical field. Do not take my information as diagnosis or anything like that. And if you have any sort of feelings, thoughts, or symptoms, you should speak to a professional, because I am not a professional in that field. But I do appreciate you for watching this video, because it does mean a lot to me. It's a lot of who I am, and it's taking a lot to put this out there, so thank you and stick around. It's not a big mess, I promise. So about 10 years ago, I was in a car accident, and since then I have been struggling with different aspects of my life, whether it's physical pain or mental health. I was diagnosed with PTSD and generalized anxiety disorder and depression, as well as I have chronic neck and back pain. These go hand in hand simply because when I'm in the deepest of pain, I have the darkest of thoughts. So it's incredibly difficult to maintain a regular job, you know, your regular smegular full-time 9 to 5, get up and go to work every day, as well as mentally staying motivated to do a job like that. When I first moved to New Brunswick, I did have a 9-hour job at a retail environment, and the atmosphere wasn't really good for my mental health, and the amount of energy, physical energy, the amount of pain I was in, and everything else that contributed to how I was feeling just wasn't good for me. I made minimum wage, or just a little bit more, and minimum wage in New Brunswick is $11.75, and I was making $12. So for $12 an hour and working like 37, 38 hours a week, when you total that up, it was about $1,900 a month, and that's before taxes. So it wasn't an incredible amount of money, and it really never was about money, but it's definitely easier to live your life with money in your pocket to pay for certain things and luxuries that we have in life. I ended up getting injured. I tore my meniscus in my knee, and I wasn't able to work. And then shortly after, I was in a car accident again, and I broke my hand. I broke my hand, and it was in a cast for 4 to 6 weeks, whatever it was, doesn't matter. It was like a blip in time. Just before breaking my hand, though, I had started my Poshmark closet. I had gone out and I thrifted to resell for the very first time. I was loving it. I was loving Poshmark. When I had gotten into the car accident, I had actually originally planned to go to the mailbox to pick up a Posh package. Then I ended up doing a detour to pick up something else somewhere else, and I got into the car accident. So I actually didn't make it to my destination either time, and I had to wait till the next day to go get my package from the mailbox. I ended up getting an order after that, an order, and this is right when I began, like the very beginning. And my husband was a huge support. He was packing all my stuff. He was a little frustrated with the fact that I wouldn't give it up. And I think that the biggest reason for me for not giving it up, when I probably should have, and the rest of the world would probably give up and be like, okay, let me put this on hold until I'm better and recovered, was because it gave me a purpose. It gave me something more than myself and my thoughts in my head to deal with. I kind of like trudged through, you know, taking photos. I had a lime green cast on my hand, and I would hold labels with my thumb, and I'd have to like maneuver my hand a certain way to be able to take photos without taking my cast to the, it was a mess. And then also there's like rough edges on casts, so I was like ruining clothes. It was just a terrible thing to be doing with a cast on your hand, but you just got to push through sometimes. So I made it through. I got my cast off. I started rehabbing my hand, and part of my rehab was actually going through the racks to find clothes. You know how we all go like this to the racks. So I was rehabbing my hand that way. I was just trying to look on the brighter side. And I'm not going to say that this entire time it's been easy, because Poshmark has been difficult. Reselling in general has been difficult. It's been a learning curve. But what it's allowed me to do is really just be myself, live in my world, because my world is full of challenges, and to still prosper. So last month was kind of a slow month for me. I consider myself a full-time reseller. I wake up in the morning, I'm constantly sharing, I'm constantly listing as much as possible. I have a death pile. This is not even half of it. I'm constantly, setting out deals, offers, whatever. And I'm constantly working my business. I want to get to that point where I'm able to cross list and continue to sell on multiple platforms, but things happen. So last month, the month of August, I brought in $1,200 before my costs. And I know this is bad, but my theory really is, as long as I'm making money, I accept the offer. So I know I don't lose money. Duh, business. So I brought in $1,200. Of course, I don't actually know the math of how much I made, but let's just pretend I got free inventory and I made $1,200. It's still a little bit less than $1,900 I would make working a full-time job with structured hours. But also those structured hours and the stress from that job did not account for any days in bed, just relaxing. Days where you're just having a you day, self-care. There's days where you're feeling amazing, and there's days when you just need to take a break, and it's completely okay. I think that this whole you need to hustle and grind and take breaks later in life won't get you very far. It'll actually make you burn out and hate what you do, and I don't want to hate what I do. I really don't. I really love what I do. I've been doing this for, I want to say like a year and a half. It's like probably more than that, but it's irrelevant. And I still love it. I still love it just as much as the very first day. I've, of course, learned so much from doing reselling that I look forward to it. I also love the sales. Like, who doesn't love money? It's what makes the world go round, aside from happiness and family. But another thing about reselling and mental health and everything in general is that recently I went through, and I'm still going through, something that was kind of life-changing for me, and it was the loss of a grandparent and the grief that I've had to deal with, along with the financial that comes with it. So I would say May was probably my best sales month. I believe I brought in $3,000 in, I don't even know if that was sales, but I was getting paid out. So that might have been like over the end of April into May, but I know I paid myself out $3,000, and I pay myself out every $200. So a lot of paydays. And I ended up taking that $3,000 and spending it on airfare, just so I could go back to Ontario to kind of try to figure everything out and do what I needed to do. It humbled me because, of course, it was amazing to get that money, and to, $3,000 is a huge difference from the $1,200. And, I was going to be able to afford things, and, I could have purchased, a new mannequin maybe, and all these great things. But the universe was like, no, humble yourself. And I think a lot of people would have given up. Honestly, I think I'm a bit stronger after that experience because I didn't give up. I didn't even close my closet. Crazy, I know. I still didn't close my closet. I've never closed my closet in the year and a half that it's been. My husband took over the shipping department, and while I wasn't even in the province, he shipped out all my orders for the month of June and July, or part of July. And when I got back, I got right back into it. I didn't share my closet as much, so obviously it took a hit to my closet. I didn't, follow my structure as closely, but I didn't give up. And I guess the entirety of this video was to let you know that we're all going through hard times. We all have our good days, we all have our bad days, we all have our good sales months, and we all have our bad sales months. It doesn't define who we are, and at the end of it, we are stronger individuals and stronger in our field. And even if you decide at the end of it all that it's time for you to step away from reselling, it doesn't mean that you're terrible at it. It means that you did your time and you're on to a new experience. So I think I just rambled on, but I think what I wanted to do with this video was to really show you that it's not all butterflies and rainbows. It's not all big payouts and amazing thrifting trips and $250 wolves. I'm never giving that up, ever. But it's also about the real, raw emotions and the people behind it. You know, we all deal with those crazy cases. If you've watched my previous videos, we are the people behind the screens that are getting yelled at by these other people. And just don't take it too hard on yourself. They're all holding us up to these crazy Amazon standards where you just get same-day shipping and return whatever you want so it can go into the landfill. But just don't take it too hard on yourself. And like I said before, if you feel any of these emotions, these thoughts, whatever it is, please just reach out and get help. I'm getting help. I'm finally, after so many years of trying to get help and all the moving around that I've done, I'm finally going to see a therapist, and I'm excited. I'm excited to be a better version of myself. Not a changed, because I don't want to change. I like who I am. But I would like to be who I am all the time, if that makes sense. It's not always makeup, hair did, and looking great for the camera. There's a lot of 3 days in pajamas with your hair tied up and no makeup, looking like a slob. But my husband still loves me. Isn't that so great? I hope that I didn't down you too much. I hope that I inspired you just a little bit to be truthful to who you are, and always recognize that we all have a little bit of improving to do. We all have a little bit of work to do, and we're all coming from different walks of life, and to not take anything for advantage. I believe that you are worth it, that I'm worth it, and that through all of this and this community that we've built, we're all there to support each other, and that no matter what you do, no matter what path you end up taking at the end of the road, that this was a great experience along the way. So I love you guys for all your support, and I will see you next Wednesday. And again, I have no idea what the video is going to be about. I am such a poor planner. I need to write this stuff down. If you didn't take anything away from that whole video, I hope you take away one thing. And that's to surround yourself with like-minded people, people who are willing to empower you even on their worst days. They're still willing to uplift you because they're not jealous or envious of your success, but they're proud of how far you've come. Blah, blah, blah. I can do it. I can do it. But I'm only human. I mean, it's accurate. Oh, I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. I mean, I'm a little bit crazy. Just a little bit. Your posh packages and you're the Poshmark and that's it. That's all. That sounded so inspirational. No, just kidding. Guys, humble me, please. Just tell me I'm crazy. I don't care. Okay, bye.